Hey guys, it's Carly from Swoonworthy the podcast and Period Drama Style on Instagram. I'm here with fellow period drama enthusiast Sunny to bring you another period drama update. We're here to talk about recently released and upcoming historical movies and series, and there are plenty to talk about this month. Hey Sunny, thank you for joining me today.
Hi, Carly. I'm so excited to chat all the upcoming period drama news with you.
Let's start with the movie that's on everybody's mind. The movie that was released on Netflix last Friday, November 7th, after a very limited release in theaters. I'm talking about Frankenstein by Guillermo del Toro. As far as I know, everybody in the world watched it this weekend. I did check. Netflix has not released any statistics or viewer counts, but I'm very curious. I know we both watched it, but we haven't discussed it yet. What were your thoughts on this creative Gothic period film based on Mary Shelley's novel?
Oh my gosh, Carly. I loved it. I was stunned by it. I feel like that's like the most accurate way I could describe my experience watching this. I mean, I knew we were in for like an aesthetic masterpiece, right? Guillermo del Toro creating, I think the story, the adaptation that he's been wanting to adapt for so long. He's finally done it. But wow, like really what a masterpiece. Like it was just so insane.
Yeah.
Just really beautiful. Jacob Elordi, I was so scared of him and then so heartbroken by him. I just
Yeah.
thought he was incredible. Yeah, I'm still digesting it because I actually watched it just last night, but I
Mm-hmm.
would love to hear what you thought of it.
So you and I had been anticipating Frankenstein by Guillermo del Toro, and we knew we would love it because of the costumes. We had seen the costuming photos released in advance. Costume designer Kate Hawley, just incredible job, and the ethereal looks that we saw on Mia Goth in advance. We were just, so excited for that. We kind of knew we'd like it going into it, but you said it. You said it, masterpiece. I think that was what has been on everyone's mind after watching it is just aesthetic masterpiece, a storytelling masterpiece. I think that's what surprised everyone. They thought it would be visually stunning, but to really just feel it and then you would be heartbroken. That's exactly what you said. I wanted to just cry at times because I was like, why is he being treated this way? Oh my gosh. Okay. I could just go on and on. I think we're going to have a full episode on Frankenstein, a full swoon-worthy podcast episode.
I think we have to, yeah.
Yeah, we have to.
I mean, I knew it was going to be sensational, right? We've seen Kate Hawley's work in Crimson Peak. We knew it was going to be sublime. And man, did she deliver her partnership with Guillermo del Toro is just like, I feel like legendary at this point. Like Frankenstein cemented the legend relationship status of the two of them together. And I would highly recommend to our listeners to listen to an interview with costume designer Kate Hawley on the Who, What, Where podcast. They recently released this episode, and man, it just makes you appreciate the costuming even more. I don't know if you've had a chance to listen to it, Carly.
No.
But there are some things you can pick up very easily as a viewer, right? Like Mia Goth's character, Elizabeth's fascination with beetles and with
Hmm.
insects and how that kind of is reflected in her costuming. And then there's just like you just realize how much of the costuming is just like laden with symbolism, like everything from the veil over Victor Frankenstein's mother's face, which is supposed to represent like a clouded memory, right? Because we can never truly see her face. In fact,
Yeah,
I didn't even realize that was Mia
I
Goth.
know.
Did
I
you
didn't.
know?
I didn't in the pictures that they released ahead of time, like the movie stills. In the when I watched the movie though, I was like, "Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
that's her." And
yeah.
I saw someone online pick up on like did they changed her eyebrows and they changed her makeup, and someone said it really looks like they're modeling it after Helen McCrory's look a little bit, which I thought was really
Oh.
cool. But yeah, I think choosing Mia Goth to play both roles was very Smart.
Yes, for sure. I mean, I've since like read about the film and like the creative process and like the decisions and stuff. And you learn that there is a sort of like Oedipal theme with Mia Goth
Yeah.
playing both the mother and the love interest. But I think for me as the viewer, like it worked for me, like the trickery. I don't know, it's just like it worked because I didn't realize it was Mia
Yeah.
Goth until afterwards, but she looked familiar enough where
Yeah.
like just as the scenes would go by, you're like, oh wait, I think I know her. And then you don't even, I didn't even know until the credits rolled. And then I was like, oh my gosh, that is
Yeah.
crazy. It happened. It worked on me, the movie
Yeah.
magic.
Movie magic, and you mentioned the Oedipus complex thing, there are also memes going around of Oscar Isaac, the milk drinking scenes.
Yes, yes. Oh my gosh, the milk.
Oh my. So much to
Yeah.
digest, so much to unpack. We're going to have to do a full swoon-worthy podcast episode. There's not enough time right now to talk about it, even though I want to. And you mentioned the Crimson Peak elements. Loved the set design, production design. It felt very Crimson Peak. Like I almost thought when they entered the house, I was like, that looks like Crimson Peak right there.
Yes. The
The, you know,
staircase. Yep.
yes.
Yeah.
And then when Mia Goth was walking down the stairs with the candelabra and her nightgown, that's very Mia Wasikowska in Crimson Peak. But I love it's like his signature aesthetic with the costume designer and the set design. Oh my gosh. Oh, so wonderful.
So it gives you that like childlike fairy tale sort
Mm,
of like yearning for beautiful things. I don't know. I
yeah,
just feel like he like really, really delivered with this one. And I can't
absolutely.
wait to watch it again, honestly. I really want to watch it in theaters. I think
I
I
know.
regret not having seen it in theaters the first viewing.
I know.
So yeah.
But it was only in theaters for a short time, really, and I thought that was an interesting choice, but who knows why they did it. I think you know what? I think this is gonna perhaps make its way back to theaters. I think it's going to get Oscar buzz for sure. Jacob Elordi's performance and then Guillermo del Toro's everything. And I guess that's where we'll leave it today, but wow, it made an impact.
It really did. Yeah. I some of the imagery is truly like seared into my mind. Like I'm thinking, oh no, we like can't stop
I know,
talking
I
about
know.
it.
I know. But no, you're so right. Okay, I gotta say, my favorite, the blood-soaked wedding dress.
Yes. Insanity. Oh my gosh, Carly, you have to listen to the interview with
Ah.
the costume designer because she speaks a lot about the wedding dress and like the thought process behind its design, and it's like honestly mind-blowing.
Yeah, and she just posted on Instagram the
Oh,
wedding
did
dress with the
she?
blood.
Oh my gosh. I
Yeah.
have to go look at that.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness. Okay, we are fangirling over here over Kate Hawley's design. And I think, yeah, we'll leave it at that. But it is hard to step away from the world of Frankenstein.
I know I can't say any more, else we'll just keep going.
I know, and we'll have like I was almost like I was talking to Stephanie, who also loved it, and she was like,
I would
loved it.
love, yes, I would love for the three of us to like do a deep dive because I know Stephanie loves Shape of Water too,
She
right?
does. She
Yeah, I
loves
would
it.
love to hear the just like her comparing the both of them. Yeah.
So stay tuned, everyone, for a full Frankenstein podcast episode between me, Sunny, and Stephanie. Oh my gosh, coming soon. Now, in our previous upcoming period drama episodes, we also talked about a couple of mini-series that we've been able to get a little sneak peek of or start watching. And let's start with The Forsytes, which is a series. We finally have PBS Masterpiece release dates for that. This is a series that is already airing in the UK on Channel 5, and we get to see it in March of 2026, released on PBS Masterpiece. But Sunny and I were able to get a sneak peek, a first look at the first episode of the series. We were lucky enough because it was mostly a UK press audience, I believe, and we were invited. And I wanted to get your thoughts on it, Sunny. We've been saving it for the podcast, really.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay. First of all, I want to say I feel so lucky to have seen it the first and episode in its entirety so early on. And I mean, I know it was for the press, but like as a period drama fan, they got me. I'm waiting for the second episode.
Yeah.
I'm sad. I'm excited.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm like trying to remember the first episode. I wish I had taken notes, but I also like really just wanted to be like immersed in it and
Hmm.
like watch it. I thought the first episode was super strong. I'm like already swooning over all the characters. Everybody's just beautiful.
Yeah,
And I can't help but compare it to the 2002 version.
of course.
And I did ask a question because there was a Q&A portion at the end of the event, as you know, Carly. And actually
Hmm.
your question got answered, which we should talk about. But I actually asked if any of the new cast had seen the 2002 version and if they had, like any thoughts on like
Yeah.
past performances or whatever. My question wasn't asked, that's okay. But if I were to compare them, I would say the new version, it's not that it's um faster, but it feels more like paced. Like it feels more
Yeah.
energetic and like dynamic, whereas the 2002 version feels more like a slow burn,
It's
which I
such a slow.
loved. Um, but I don't know. I was really excited to watch it. Like I felt excited watching it. I really was entertained and enjoyed it very much, and I'm excited for the second episode. What did you think?
Yeah, I love what you said about the 2002 version being a slow burn. That's what it feels like. So some people have started it and stopped it, and then they ask me when I post it, they're like, "Is it worth the wait?" And I'm like, "Yes, stick with it." But for this one, yeah, it felt more like for modern audiences, I would say, for people who like the Gilded Age, who like Downton Abbey. I feel like it's a bit of a Downton Abbey meets Poldark just because of the actresses. So we have Eleanor Tomlinson, Demelza and Poldark playing one of the lead female characters, and then Tuppence Middleton, who is part of the Downton Abbey universe in this as well. And people are also confused about like where some of these characters come from, the timing, and I'm glad that the creator, Debbie Horsfield, addressed this in the Q&A, right? So I took some notes on that. It's not an adaptation of the novel or a remake of the 2002 series, right? This creator looked at the books and the family saga, the damage that was inflicted from one generation to the other, took the storylines and played around with it a little bit, used some of the hints from the book, right, and filled in the details. So for example, Tuppence Middleton's character Frances is only mentioned like in a family tree as Jolene's first wife, so they really had to build up her character. And she also said this is partly a prequel and partly a world of its own. So I thought that was very interesting for a series, especially because this is the creator of Poldark, and I actually have the Poldark books up on my bookshelf right here. The Winston Graham novels, I feel like she took the Poldark novels pretty, true to the book and adapted it into the series. So I was very intrigued by this notion of, making it something of its own.
I can't speak to the accuracy of the 2002 version as an adaptation of the books because I never read them
Right.
before. But as far as I understand, it was a pretty faithful adaptation. But if that's what I've heard, and I don't know, I thought it was so good as like a show that was translated for the screen. I thought it was like excellent.
Hmm.
Like you can't do better than Gina McKee and Damian Lewis, right? So I feel like this, it's like fresh, it's new, it's different. It's like something for the appreciators of the 2002 version, but like bringing, something new to it, like a new flavor. And
Hmm.
I'm all for that. So I'm really excited. Yeah.
This one is full of, yeah, attractive people, attractive
Yes.
men. Even maybe I'm getting older, but the older men in the series, I'm like, they're pretty
Oh,
hunky.
I totally agree with you.
Jack Davenport, who
Yes.
plays in Pirates of the Caribbean, and then Stephen Moyer, and I was like, oh wow, maybe I'm getting
Yeah.
older.
No, they're cuties.
Yeah. And they were in the Q&A. We got to see them and some of the other actresses. Sad, I mean, if Eleanor Tomlinson had been on there, I would have
I
been
know.
starstruck.
I know. Yeah, me too.
But it
I
was
think
still,
all the questions would have gone to her.
oh, totally. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
All right. So that's the Forsytes coming to Masterpiece PBS in March. And also in March, PBS Masterpiece will be releasing The Count of Monte Cristo with Sam Claflin. So we've been waiting for that one. Some people have seen that one, maybe in different countries. It's been released. I've been waiting for this one for a long time and can't wait to see more of that. And the fact that we're getting both of these in March, wow, that's going to be a big month for us.
Yeah, I'm so excited for The Count of Monte Cristo. I haven't read the book, and I haven't seen any adaptations of it recently, so I'm very excited to dive into that world and that story.
Yeah. I may have mentioned this on our previous episode, but I did see the French movie version recently,
Yes.
and I can't wait to compare the two. Like I'm dying to compare them because one's a movie, one's a miniseries. I think I'm gonna like them both. Next up, oh yes, we have to talk about King and Conqueror, Sunny. So
Yes.
we discussed this on a previous episode. We had heard the reviews come in back in August when it aired, and they were less than stellar reviews. But of course, we're gonna judge it on our own. We're pretty open-minded. We both started watching it this week because it hit Amazon Prime, and let's talk about it. Any initial thoughts, Sunny?
Yes, let's talk about it. Okay, I have to say, so I've only seen the first episode so far, and I was very pleasantly surprised and very also surprised at the negative reviews, and the amount of them and like the intensity of them. I really enjoyed the first episode. Does that make me, do I lack taste? I don't know.
I'm with you though. I was so surprised and happily surprised. I watched 3 episodes now, loving it.
Really? Okay, so it's been consistent in its quality, do you think?
I think so. I mean,
Oh wow, okay, great.
yeah, I love the actors. I mean, of course, I knew I'd like it because of James Norton, right? And he plays Harold of Wessex. And then we have Nicolaj Coster-Waldau as William the Conqueror. And it's like these two leading men here in these historic roles, right? Think like 11th century. And I don't know my history that well from this time period. So maybe that's why I like it because it's going to inspire me to research it more. I've heard there are some inaccuracies or they made it too dramatic. Okay, but it's inspiring me to learn more, the truth. And I have to say, I think you and I have mentioned this to each other, the women that were cast are killing it on this show.
Yes, I just think this is like such a well cast show. And I'm not too familiar with the actress that plays Harold Godwinson's wife or partner. I haven't
Emily
seen her
Beecham.
anything. Okay. What has she been in? She looks really familiar, but I forgot to like do my research on her.
I'm an Emily Beecham fan, so I was very excited to see her. The Pursuit of Love with Lily James is a mini series
Okay.
on Amazon Prime, and she's adorable in that. She's like the more conservative, uh, lower key friend to Lily James being like spontaneous and erratic. And
Okay.
they're a cute pairing. And then there is a TV series that was released on Netflix in 2022 called 1899, like the year 1899. And it's like historical sci-fi. It's very creative. And it was canceled after the first season. And fans were very upset with it because I was into this show and she was the star of it. And we get no more of 1899, but she was incredible. And then she plays Cruella's mother uh in Cruella with Emma Stone.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay, so she's been around. All
A
right.
few things, but oh, and then she has a small role in the Merlin TV series. So yeah, if
Okay.
you look for her, once you see her, you'll start to notice her in other things. But do you like her in King and Conqueror?
I love her. I think, yeah, there's just something about her. Every time she's in a scene, I'm like, ooh, this is gonna be a favorite character for sure. And you've also got the other female lead who's played by, I believe her name is pronounced Clemence Posey, the French actress who I know as Fleur Delacour in the Harry Potter series. And her character's so interesting to me, so unexpected. She's like the niece of of the King of France. She's heavily pregnant and will like has no qualms about torturing people for information. So I just feel like I don't know, her character is like so unexpected and like really turns the whole like medieval wench type stereotype like on its head. I found her really scary and like kind of brilliant to watch just like from that first episode. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know, just like really compelling female characters. And yeah, I mean, I have to touch on James Norton and Nicholas Coster-Waldau. I think they're really well cast in their
Oh,
respective roles. And this is the first time actually that I have found James Norton just like so swoon worthy.
yeah. Yeah.
Because, you
Yeah.
know, I liked him in Little Women. I thought he was really sweet. And then, you know, of course, we know him as Mr. Lafferty in House of Guinness, which we reviewed. But I am like smitten with him in this show. I think he's just like so hunkalicious.
He's great. He's so great. And this just feels like the perfect casting for him as like a morally upstanding guy. He can fight. He's trying to do what's right against some family figures that are, going against him. And this is why I was so surprised that they cast him as Mr. Rafferty in House of Guinness, which is more
Mm,
like, you know, not a villain by any means, but just a little bit.
he's like an anti-hero.
Yeah, yeah, and this is more James Norton's speed and like Grantchester is you should see Grantchester.
Yeah, I
You
remember
fall
you
for
and Stephanie
him.
talking about Grantchester. Yeah, it's like, yeah, he's like this warrior, but he also like really loves his wife and
Oh,
kids.
yeah.
It's just like, oh, swoon.
He is. This was a great casting for him. And yeah, the badass women, we have Juliet Stevenson as well, who, wow, such a prolific actress. She might even be Dame Juliet Stevenson now. And putting her in the role of like the king's mother, Lady Emma.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
she's incredible in that in this role. Yeah.
hmm she's the scary one almost.
Right, yeah.
But no, Clemence Posey as well. And then we have one other actor I want to mention, Luther Ford, who plays James Norton's youngest brother. And
Yes. Wait, where is he from? The
yeah,
entire time I was like, he looks so familiar.
yeah, so he's been in two things at least that I've seen. He was a young Prince Harry in the Crown series, like,
Yes. That's where I know him.
and then he was in Black Doves, that show with Keira Knightley that came out recently on Netflix.
Oh,
A
who did he
smaller.
play in Black Doves? Do you remember?
Yes, he was like the little boy grown up that had kind of a vendetta. It wasn't a huge,
Okay.
yeah,
Yes, as soon as you said the crown, I
yeah.
recognized him. Okay.
He's such a
That's where
Prince
we know
Harry.
him.
But I like him in this, and okay, I can't wait for you to watch episode 3.
I can't wait either.
Okay, so don't believe the reviews. I mean, if you really want a historical accurate thing, go watch a documentary, people.
Oh wait, Carly, I do have one criticism I do agree with.
Okay.
The horses in this show are very small.
Yes, we will attest to that with the review.
The people look like comically large riding on these horses, but I don't know, maybe that's historically accurate. I don't
Maybe.
know. I think I can understand the criticisms about its historical accuracy. Like you said, you and I both don't know too much about this period of time. I personally don't know anything like pre-War of the Roses in like
Yeah.
British history, not very familiar. But I will say, I think one thing the show does really, really well is that the locations, the sets, the costumes, they really look realistic and like lived in, which I don't think you can say for many period dramas, right? Like everything like looks like a little too shiny or like a little too like pristine, but I feel like the art department, the costume
Yeah.
department it just like looks so real and the cinematography is just like stunning. I just love this world. I'm excited to like keep watching.
You hit the nail on the head because it feels gritty, dirty. They're living in the mud sometimes. And oh, yeah. And do you know what I think it is? Because I was thinking on this because I had heard some reviews saying like it doesn't, something feels off. I don't think it's the set, production design, or costuming. I think it's because nowadays we have such high quality cameras. So there's already this like high qualityness to it. Whereas I'm thinking back to like Braveheart, Tristan and Isolde, and all these older period dramas, and O King Arthur that I watched on like VHS and like bad DVDs. There was a it maybe like the time period felt more accurate because the quality of the cameras and the how I was watching it. Do you see what I'm saying?
I totally get it. Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
speaking eloquently, but now everything is so high quality and high definition and 4K. And I almost think that's why it looks a little like just a little bit off. But I think they really did, I think they did, as you said, a good job making it feel lived in and gritty. And yeah, does that make sense at all?
I know. I think that totally makes sense. And that's maybe like on the flip side of that, it's why like films shot on like actual film feel more nostalgic is because of like the quality of the film. Um and yeah, and it makes me think about Frankenstein too, which was like
Hmm.
Frankenstein, you can tell it was like shot on like the most like modern camera, like everything, like you can see every pore on Oscar Isaac's face.
Yeah,
But it kind of works because obviously like Frankenstein is like, I don't know, more of like a fantasy,
it
if you
is.
will, than it is. Like it's and it's very stylized as well.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, something like King and Conquer, which is like takes place in like a very specific historical time period and like you want to like feel immersed in that like history. I think
Yeah.
like they did like a really, really good job of that. Exciting news for Dangerous Liaisons fans. HBO Max France's new show, Merteuil, the prequel to Dangerous Liaisons, is finally going to be available to stream November 14th. I'm so excited for this one. Kind of random, but Carly, have you seen Glenn Close's new Hulu show, All's Fair, starring Kim Kardashian?
I've heard abysmal things. I don't think I'll be watching. Unfortunately, have you?
Yes.
You're
Oh my
laughing.
gosh, it's so goofy. It's like the goofiest, campiest thing in the world. Like you can't look away. It's just a train wreck, but it's so bizarre because like the cast is stacked. Like you've got Glenn Close, Naomi Watts, trying to think who else is in it. But yeah, just like
Yeah.
familiar faces, and you're just like, oh my gosh, what are these people doing in this show? But yeah, I saw Glenn Close and I was like, ooh, Mertoy's coming out.
So there's a connection there, but yeah, I don't know if I'll be watching that one, but I will be watching Merteuil on HBO Max like as soon as it releases next week. How could we not with Diane Kruger?
Yes, Diane Kruger.
Um,
It's gonna be great. Have you
it
heard any reception to it at all? I haven't seen too much on it yet.
I haven't, no. I don't know, maybe people haven't gotten like sneak peeks or anything to review it, but yeah, we'll see. So now let's segue into some upcoming period dramas that we haven't yet talked about on Swoonworthy Podcast. The others that we've already been discussing, we mentioned them previously. But this is a good segue because HBO Max France has another one coming our way. I have not a lot of information on it other than the cast, but it's called Alice, and it's another French language period drama miniseries starring Francoise Arnaud from The Borgias. Big fan of that actor. Berenice Bejo, who you may recognize from A Knight's Tale back when she was younger, playing Christiana the Handmaiden, and then she got an Oscar nomination for The Artist. So beautiful actress. And then Oscar Lesage, who, if you've seen that Marie Antoinette series that started in 2022, I believe, he plays a character in that. So I love the cast already. I love French language. I'm excited for Alice. No, I know nothing else, but keep an eye out for that one.
Carly, I am so excited for an upcoming film called 100 Nights of Hero. It is a historical fantasy directed by Julia Jackman and adapted from a graphic novel of the same name by Isabel Greenberg, which I have not read, but I am desperate to. I just requested it from the library. Um, Side note, Isabel Greenberg, the graphic novelist, has also illustrated a biography of Jane Austen, which I have also put on hold at the library. Really
Ooh.
looking forward to that. But anyways, this film, 100 Nights of Hero, follows the character of Cherry, played by actress Micah Monroe, whose neglectful husband leaves her alone for 100 nights to test her fidelity, and the resulting love triangle that forms between her, her maid hero, played by Emma Corrin, who we love, and her husband's handsome and seductive friend, played by Nicholas Galitzine. It just premiered last month at the Venice Film Festival and is set to release here in the States this December. I just saw the trailer. I'm so excited. Have you seen the trailer,
I
Carly?
have, yes. You sent it to me and I watched it and I was like, whoa, this looks cool.
It looks insane.
Yeah.
I guess we should talk about some of the key players. I've mentioned Emma Corrin, who we know from The Crown and Lady Chatterley's Lover. Nicholas Galitzine, one of the male romantic leads. I know him from, I guess you could call it a rom-com, but it's more just like a straight romance film. The Idea of You with Anne Hathaway. Have you seen that one?
I know of it. I haven't seen it.
Yes, it's not a period film, but I think it was supposed to be actually, now that I'm like thinking about it, it was supposed to be like based on a fanfic about Harry Styles, if I remember correctly. That might
Oh
not be true
yeah.
actually. That
No,
might
this
just be like a
this sounds familiar.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I watched it. I thought it was fun. I swooned over Nicholas Galitzine, and Anne Hathaway looks, she was stunning in this. She looked
Yeah.
beautiful. But I digress. 100 Nights of Hero also stars Richard E. Grant from Saltburn and Netflix's Persuasion with Dakota Johnson, Felicity Jones, Theory of Everything, Star Wars Rogue One, and Charlie XCX, who
Yeah.
is this her acting debut, or have we seen her in anything before? She plays a supporting role, character's named Rosa. Yeah. What do you think about this cast? It's a stacked cast.
So stacked. I mean, I think this might be Charlie XCX's debut. However, tying Charlie XCX to Wuthering Heights now because
Yes, you're
of the
right.
music score that she developed for the
Yes.
movie. So, you know, that's interesting. This does feel like if someone said this was directed by Emerald Fennell, I would be like, yeah, yeah,
Yes.
right?
Carly, that is actually something I have been, well, I've like checked out the letterbox reviews. I haven't gone too deep because I don't want to like I want to try and avoid spoilers, but that is actually one of the criticisms of this film is that people are saying Julia Jackman is trying really hard to emulate Emerald Fennell, which I found really interesting because I didn't think
Mm,
about that at first, but like now I can kind of see that. So that's
hmm.
interesting that you picked up on that.
Yeah, it feels like a bit of Saltburn slash New Wuthering Heights. Also, a little bit of like The Favorite with Olivia
Yes.
Colman, that kind of
Yep.
humor, like dark humor, perhaps. I'm there for this one though. I mean, Richard E. Grant is amazing. Felicity Jones is one of my favorites. And I'm just intrigued, I think is the word.
Yes. Intrigued. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this one. It's giving like fairy tale vibes. It's
Hmm.
giving it's so funny. I feel like we've been seeing this a lot lately, the sort of like historical drama, absurdist comedy crossover.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, you brought up The Favorite, which I would say is maybe the premier example of this, but I'm
Hmm.
also thinking like The Great and
Yeah.
there was another show that just came out, I think either on Hulu or Netflix, I can't remember what the name is. But
But
yeah, don't you think that this sort of like flavor of like historical drama comedy is like very prevalent and like I don't know, I'm here for it. I'm like I like it. It's fun.
yeah, because then, we have something that might attract people to the genre of period drama, historical drama that maybe they wouldn't have been introduced to it until they really went modern and fresh like this. And I like how you called it a flavor. That's a good way of putting it.
Yeah. Yeah, and also the costumes look awesome. So really looking forward to just the
Yeah.
costumes for this.
The costumes remind me of what Emma Corrin wears on the red carpet.
Yes.
So, very
So
fun.
true, yeah.
So fun. And along the same lines of comedy, I don't know if you've seen the trailer for Fackham Hall.
Yes.
This is a movie also coming out December 5th, the same day that 100 Nights of Heroes coming out in theaters, believe it or not. So this one comes from Bleecker Street, the studio, and I think it's funny because in the trailer it says from the studio that watched the first two seasons of Downton Abbey, which is funny.
I actually like laughed out loud when I read that title card.
That was funny. And it has Toby Stevens in it, Thomasin McKenzie, some other actors, set in 1931, and it's kind of like Downton Abbey or Gosford Park-esque, kind of your murder mystery, but very satirical, very comedy heavy. From the trailer, I will be honest, I don't know if it's my brand of comedy, which makes me sound a little something, I don't know, stuck up or something, but it's just, do you know what I'm saying?
No, totally get you. I when I watched the trailer, I was like, this is very like Monty Python vibes. Which
Yeah.
like I found Monty Python very funny, but it's like almost like work to watch it, you know?
Or you have to be in the right mood for
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
like a
It's just
really
like
silly mood.
yeah, it's like relentless. And it's like this it just like pounds you with the funny. I will watch it though. I love a good spoof.
Yeah.
And yeah, but I agree with you, not really my like brand of humor.
Yeah, yeah. So we'll see about that one, but I do like a lot of the cast. And it kind of reminded me of the next one we wanted to talk about.
Agatha Christie fans rejoice. We are getting a three-part Netflix adaptation of The Seven Dials set to be released January 15th. I love Agatha Christie, so I'm very excited for this upcoming adaptation. Think Death in a Beautiful Country House, think Secret Societies. And I am very, very overjoyed to have discovered who is playing the lead in this one. Mia McKenna Bruce plays the part of amateur detective Lady Eileen. You may know her from Netflix's Persuasion, which was not critically reviewed, unfortunately, but Mia McKenna Bruce is the best part for me. She
Same.
plays. Did you love her too?
She
Oh
was the
my
best part of
gosh.
Persuasion,
She
100%.
is hysterical. She plays Mary Musgrove, Anne Elliot's hypochondriac sister, and I thought she like nailed it with the
Yeah.
humor and the timing, and she's so beautiful too.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, she has like great screen presence and like just
Yeah.
really sort of moved the scenes
Yeah.
for me in that.
Hands
So
down.
yeah, really excited to see her in this because I remember seeing her in Persuasion, and like I enjoyed Persuasion. It was fine. Like doesn't really stick in my memory to be honest. She does, and I remember like
Hmm.
looking her up on IMDb and being like, where else? What else has she been in? She hasn't been in a lot, so I'm really excited to see her as the lead in this.
Yeah.
Um,
She was in some indie movie and she was then nominated for the BAFTA Rising Star Award. And I think it was because of
okay.
that movie. So I think we're going to start seeing her in more. And I'm with you all the way. Like, there's some talent with this one.
I love her. I think she's going to be sensational in this. And of course, very excited to see Helena Bonham Carter and Martin Freeman in supporting roles. Yeah, it just like looks like a really, really fun romp with a lot of familiar faces.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm an Agatha Christie fan as well. I mean, and Agatha Christie has so many books to her name
Yes.
that it's like there will always be a new adaptation, a new book to screen, movie or series. This one I was trying to figure it out because it's listed as maybe a series with like an open-ended date, but then I was also looking and it said 3 episodes. So I'm really confused if
Yes.
it's like a three-part miniseries or an actual series.
Oh, interesting.
And
Yes, I also saw 3 episodes. I almost wonder, like, I feel like sometimes when IMDb doesn't have all the information, they like don't fill out all the boxes.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder if it's like a technical error they made, but that is interesting that there's no end date on it.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll find out more. I don't think is there a trailer on this one, Sunny?
There is. There is a trailer.
Oh,
Yes, it looks really fun. It looks like a lot of fun. Yeah.
oh, I haven't even watched it. I just saw the pictures, so I like flagged it.
I
But
think it came out recently.
okay,
So, yeah,
cool.
I think you'll enjoy the trailer. It's like a well-paced trailer that sets up like the murder mystery vibe.
Love it. I am
Yeah.
excited. So excited. And another new movie that was just announced, it's in pre-production about Queen Mary the First or Mary Tudor, who we all know as Henry VIII's eldest daughter. This is called Fools, Fools, and I don't know much about it. I just saw someone post it on Instagram and saw the cast line up. So we have Karen Gillan as Queen Mary the First or Mary Tudor, and then my favorite, Patsy Farron, who will be playing her fool. I believe the name is Jane. And Patsy Farron is one of my latest favorites. I can't get enough of Patsy Farron. I've heard that she's really made a name for herself in the theater world, on the stage, in plays. Yeah. You may have seen her in the PBS Masterpiece miniseries Miss Austen. She plays Jane Austen, and that to me was the perfect casting for a young Jane Austen because just that's who you picture as, our favorite authoress. And then Patsy Farron was the first time I spotted her was in a 2017 series called Jamestown. And she was a scene stealer in that. She was so funny, very comedic. And then more recently in the movie Firebrand with Alicia Vikander and Jude Law, she plays Mary Tudor. So it's interesting. She won't be Mary Tudor in this. She's Mary Tudor's fool. And this one's also listed as a comedy, but there's really not a lot of information. But I just wanted to let our listeners know about it in case they want to keep it on their radar.
Carly, did you notice the other supporting character listed on IMDb for this one?
No, I didn't. Tell me.
Okay, Brenda Blethyn, who we know and love as Mrs.
Oh,
Bennet from Pride and Prejudice 2005, is also listed in the cast for this.
oh,
She is the only unnamed character,
ooh.
so we don't know who she's going to be. But yes, really looking forward to seeing her again in this.
Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, I missed that one. But I mean, we love Brenda Blethyn.
Yes, excited to
Yes.
see
And I
her.
think Jim Broadbent was listed on there as well as,
Yes, you're right.
yeah, a
He plays
cardinal.
a cardinal pole. Yep.
Yeah. So, and Jim Broadbent is always excellent. So I think this one's going to be a good movie. And people are just excited because we see a lot about Queen Elizabeth. We have certain stereotypes or certain, thoughts on Mary in our head.
I get you. Yeah, Bloody Mary. The Bloody
Yeah.
Mary stereotype. But yeah, that'll be interesting if they like somehow incorporate the whole like Bloody Mary thing into a comedy. Curious how they'll do that.
Yeah. But she has been portrayed in a better light before. I mean, she's in The Tudors as like a younger girl, and she sweetened that sometimes. And then in Becoming Elizabeth, which was a series that got cut too short, it got canceled too soon. Romola Garai played Mary Tudor,
Oh,
and people loved her performance as that character, as that historical figure, and said that was like the closest we've ever gotten to like understanding Mary Tudor. So,
really? I love
yeah.
Romola Garai. I did not know she played Mary.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you're like me and you've been wondering what Joe Wright has been up to,
I love that.
now we know. His new Italian language drama series, Mussolini, Son of the Century, is now streaming on Mubi. It is an adaptation of the novel of the same name by Italian author Antonio Scarlatti, and I actually found out about it quite randomly. through a podcast, another podcast called Write On, which is all about screenwriting. And I actually really highly recommend listening to this podcast episode, which features an interview with Joe Wright. And he talks all about the creation of this new show and also a little bit about Pride and Prejudice, which was really fun. The interviewer was a P&P fan, so she got to ask him some fan questions about that one. But my favorite part of this interview was about him talking about his childhood and growing up as a son of parents who owned and operated a puppet theater and how it was formative to his identity as a storyteller. It made me think of Anna Karenina and like the
Yeah.
very like theatrical set pieces he used as like a storytelling
Mm-hmm.
um, sort of motif. Um, but anyways, back to Mussolini. Uh, yeah, and I was just like, yeah, why Joe Wright? Why does he want to make a show about Mussolini? And he says, Mussolini was fascinating. He seduced a nation and many others. If I hadn't shown that charm, then people might have thought that all Italians were idiots. That balance was my main concern. And on a more personal level, it's a series about toxic masculinity, which is not something other than us. We have it within us. And I just thought that was really interesting. And it did fly somewhat under the radar here in the States, but it is like critically acclaimed both in Italy and, you know, abroad. Critics have called it an important, culturally relevant work. And some other interesting factoids. Joe Wright says the actor Luca Marinelli, who plays Mussolini, is the most naturally gifted actor he's ever worked with, other than Gary Oldman. So,
Whoa,
wow, I know, high
that's
praise.
crazy.
So, yeah, I'm just really interested to see this actor at work. Just
Wow.
hearing that from Joe Wright. And another thing I'm really keen to experience is the soundtrack is produced by an electronic music duo called the Chemical Brothers.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
oh, you know the Chemical? Okay,
Yeah.
I was not familiar with them. So,
Yeah. I think they've done movies before. I want to say they did this random movie with Saoirse Ronan called Hannah.
oh, I know that movie. I haven't seen it, but I know of it. Okay,
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I
I think
think
there's like a bit of like an electronic like rave element to this. I'm not sure, but
who knows.
I'm for it. I'm really into it. Yeah.
I'm so glad you told me about this one, Sunny, because it's so flying under the radar. Like,
Yeah,
and you would think with the name Joe Wright, I mean,
I know.
wow,
I
that's
know.
crazy.
I have a couple of guesses on why. I mean, it is Italian language, which he speaks about that a little bit in his interview
Yeah.
about the challenges of directing in a language he does not speak. So that must have been like very complicated and interesting. But yeah, maybe it's harder to market here in the States because it's not English language. And I think also it's very I don't think there are any sort of guesses as to what he's alluding to, like
Right. I
socio-politically.
get you.
And so yeah, maybe for those reasons we just have not heard about it at all. But
So
yeah,
interesting.
I'm really
But then
interested
I would
in.
say like the series, the Star Wars series Andor kind of felt very real and close to
Oh,
home because of what's going on too. So, but that maybe, Star Wars world can kind of mask that a bit more.
I had no idea about about
Andor.
Andor. That's really interesting. Okay.
If you watch Andor, it's like an emotional journey. It's
I
so
think I
good.
have to. Like, I think my siblings have watched it, and just hearing you and Stephanie speak about it,
Yeah,
I'm like, I have to watch this.
it's beautiful, but
Yeah.
I think you will like it. But that's a good theory and good, thoughts on why maybe we haven't heard about it, but hopefully we get to see it because we know Joe Wright can produce some beautiful period setting films and series. Well, this is his first series, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, it must be. Yeah, I love what you said about, yeah, if it's Joe Wright, we know it's going to be amazing. And
Yeah.
I think I remember reading, like, I was just really quickly scanning, like, the critics' reviews and stuff. And one of them pointed out, like, a story of this, like, scale and
Yeah.
size can only be helmed by, like, a director who's got the experience and the chops. And I think Joe Wright really delivers, and he's
Mhm.
able to like sort of scale this vision.
Yeah.
So yeah, I
Yeah, I
will
mean,
be watching
I'm
this one.
thinking other than Pride and Prejudice, you have Atonement, which is like I can only imagine Joe Wright taking that and putting it to the screen and making it the beautiful thing that it was. And then Anna Karenina, grand scale there, but
Yeah.
so fascinating about the marionette tie-in from his childhood. That was cool.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And actually, he actually just directed a short film. I actually don't know when it was released. Maybe it's been a little while, but it's called Princess and Pepper Nose. I just found out about this researching the Mussolini show. And it's about a puppet theater, I believe. And it's like very
Ah,
intensely personal and biographical. So I'll have to figure out how to watch that one.
that's so interesting. I'm curious. Well, thank you
Yeah.
for sharing all your thoughts on that one. We will keep an eye out for that. So, Sunny, I have a question for you. So, are you like me and some of our other period drama fans who have had a dream pairing of seeing Dakota Fanning and Elle Fanning on screen together in a period historical setting?
Yes. I'm like, why hasn't it happened yet?
I mean, this is something that just feels so natural, like it has happened and we forgot about it, or like it should. Anyway, so this is something there's there's a project called The Nightingale, and it's based off a Kristen Hanna novel of the same name that has been in the works since like pre-COVID. These two sisters, the Fanning sisters, have been attached to this for so long. Finally, it's coming to fruition, and they're talking about it on the red carpet in interviews. It is going to happen. The Nightingale, expected February 12th, 2027. I mean, this was supposed to start shooting in 2020. It's been 7 years. What do you think about this project?
Well, I don't know anything about it, but I'm really excited. I have seen some of the red carpet interviews you mentioned. My favorite one is with Amelia de Moldenberg of Chicken Chop
Yeah.
Day, where she's like, so you guys will be playing sisters. That'll be like pretty hard, right? Like that'll be pretty difficult to get into character. And they're
It's
like,
really
yeah, yeah,
fun.
yeah. Yeah, I cannot believe they haven't done that yet. But I almost wonder, like, I feel like Dakota Fanning got really famous really fast first. And then Elle Fanning as the younger sister, she kind of like is a very well-known actress in her own right now. And like I almost wonder if they didn't want to fall into I don't know, like the pitfall of being like sibling actors where they're like, like twins are always seen together and stuff like that. And so they like really tried hard to like differentiate themselves and their like
Yeah.
bodies of work when they were younger. And now they're secure in their own things and now they're coming
Uh-huh.
together. That's my guess. Yeah.
I love that. Such a good point. I mean, I'm thinking Olivia de Havilland and Joan Fontaine were sisters in classic Hollywood films,
Mm,
and they changed their names. They have different names so that they wouldn't be associated always with each other. So I've always been, curious about that and thought that was interesting. So you were probably so right. And then I was thinking like they were both in I Am Sam because Elle Fanning was playing like the younger version, but they weren't on the screen at the same time,
right. Yes,
right?
you're right.
And then they did do the voices in My Neighbor Totoro.
Oh my gosh, I totally forgot about Totoro. Oh
I
my gosh, yeah.
know.
They were so cute in that.
So cute. And like their little interviews from that time period are so cute. But yeah, being on screen acting in a live action at the same time, they haven't done that. So this is like a dream come true, I think.
Carly, do you know like the tea behind why it's taken so long for them to get this movie going? Do you know any of that?
I think it might have just been COVID.
Hmm.
And then
Yeah.
they had signed up for other projects. I
Other
mean,
stuff.
Elle
Yeah.
Fanning was doing The Great, which is just,
Right.
remarkable. And Dakota Fanning has always done interesting projects. Like, I still haven't seen Ripley, but I really want to see her in that. She got some Golden Globe or Emmy buzz for that. I think Elle Fanning is amazing and on such a trajectory, of becoming, I don't know, maybe an Oscar winner one day.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Wait, has she not been nominated already? I'm
I
like,
don't think so.
I
I'm
feel like
pretty
she
sure.
has been. Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, but this story, it's two sisters in France during World War II. and their struggle to survive and resist the German occupation. And so we have, a 20th century historical film, and I think they're just going to be so lovely in that time period. And I can't wait. I can't wait to see more and learn more, see the first photos that they release. It's going to be great.
Yeah. Oh, I'm really looking forward to this one. I hope it comes into our lives soon. I'm excited for like the BTS photos and stuff of them together on set.
Oh, yes, that is going to be something shared around Instagram for sure. So, okay, cool.
I just remembered the absurdist historical, another example of that, the Decameron. That's the one I was thinking of. I have not
Yes.
seen it yet, but it gets, the vibes from the
Yes.
trailers. Like it's all jokes, it's all punchlines. Um,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
an actress, the lead actress in that, I loved her in Sex Education. I
Sex
can't remember her
education,
name.
yes.
Yeah, she was great
And
in that.
Emma 2020.
Yes, you're right. Yes, she was in that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I want to watch it for her. I just haven't gotten around to it.
Yeah, there's
But
always
yeah.
so many to put on our watch list. And one that I want to encourage everyone to put on their watch list, coming to Netflix November 21st, and it's in select theaters now. I got to see it at the my local film festival a couple weeks ago. Train Dreams. You knew I was going to say this one, Sunny.
I knew it. Yeah.
This one, it is so moving. I mean, definitely perhaps have a box of tissues handy, but it's also just so beautiful. And I mean, I think, Sunny, I think you and I have talked about Terrence Malick films in the past. One of the Letterboxd reviews after I saw this, I went and looked, said, this is like a Terrence Malick film if it had just a little more plot, but only just a little more plot.
That's hilarious. I love that.
And it's just visually stunning. And Joel Edgerton, I mean, definitely seen him in things. He's in Great Gatsby. He's in the Star Wars universe actually as Luke's uncle. But yeah, I want to say like you've never seen him like this before. I really,
Really.
yeah, I really think this actor is amazing after this one. And then Felicity Jones has my heart. She is just always a joy to watch on the screen. She's so beautiful. But, you know, you gotta sit down for this one. You gotta prepare yourself. It's an emotional journey and an aesthetic, beautiful cinematic journey.
This movie reminds me so much of one of my favorite films of all time, The Assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford. I don't know if you've seen that one,
Sunny,
but
Sunny, this one has always been on my watch list and I haven't watched it. But then
oh my
I
gosh.
know, I know it's on your letterbox list of favorites, and I have to watch this.
Yes, it's they're just like vibes very similar and it just like yeah, this movie's calling to me. It just looks
Yeah.
stunning. Yeah, really looking forward to that one.
Okay, and I need to get on watching that one that you recommended just now. That has been on my watch list for forever. Yeah, this one's very, you just feel connected to nature and to humanity after watching Train Dreams, and that's what the character goes through. I don't want to spoil too much, but it's beautiful.
I really hope I can see it in theaters before having to like resort to streaming because the cinematography looks insane.
Yeah, and I'm just afraid this one's going to get maybe looked past for like the Oscars. I'm afraid people aren't going
Mm,
to give it what it deserves. And so, I don't know. We'll see though.
fingers crossed.
Yeah. And I just have to say the director's name for my friend Stephanie, this is like her favorite director right now, Clint Bentley.
Okay.
Hmm. And
What else
Clint,
have they done? I'm not familiar.
yeah, Clint Bentley was one of the writers for Sing Sing from 2023, starring Coleman Domingo. And
Okay.
Clint Bentley's one to watch as a writer director for sure.
Okay, that makes total sense
Yeah.
now that I think about train dreams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
I literally just spotted this on Netflix, like maybe 10 minutes before logging on to record with you. It just dropped on Netflix. It's called
What?
Death by Lightning. It's a limited series, um, about the assassination of James Garfield. Uh,
Oh.
it's giving me Gilded Age vibes, 1880 Republican
Ooh.
National Convention, and creators of Game of Thrones. I'm just like reading off the subtitle of the Netflix page here, but I don't know anything about this. Again, it just dropped, like I think today. Michael
Oh.
Shannon's in it. Matthew McFadden's in it. Oh my God,
And
Nick
Nick
Offerman.
Offerman.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, this is,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I don't know very much about it, but I'm definitely watching it.
Hey, this is like, you know, coming at you real time news here. Death by lightning. Love it. Thank you, Sunny, for sharing that.
Yeah, of course.
Another one to keep on your radar. So we have talked through so many new releases and upcoming releases in the period drama world. We've shared our opinions on the ones that we've gotten a chance to see and shared our hopes for the ones that we're looking forward to seeing. I'm going to create a list and post it on my Instagram, period drama style, because we got to keep track of these somehow. So keep an eye out for that post, and you can add them to your watch list on IMDb or your letterboxd watch list if they're a movie or mini series, that is. And yeah, hopefully that'll help everyone keep track of all these period dramas. Check out all our Swoonworthy podcast episodes wherever you listen to podcasts on Spotify, Amazon, iHeartRadio, Apple, YouTube. Please, if you have a friend or family member who you think would enjoy our podcast, send them the link. We would love to keep growing as a podcast. We just wrapped up season 5 of Swoonworthy. We are already preparing season 6 of Swoonworthy. I will be excited to talk period dramas with you, Sunny, in season 6. We're going to be bringing you some really fun ones to talk about. Thank you, Sunny, for always chatting with me on all things period drama, bringing your insights and your historical drama news. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, I look forward to these so much doing this with you, Carly. Thanks so much for having me.
Of course, you're welcome anytime you want to talk, and we will record it and broadcast it. So, thanks again. Catch you next time. Bye.